This is Live Prepper here, the Roller Jones. Uh, I asked Coach Steele to rate my bug out bag. And I did it because I had a lot of questions. I had a basic idea of what I wanted to do, and I knew some of it would be too heavy thing. But he told me a lot of good stuff. And that's what I needed. In order to really achieve what you need to do, you need to ask other preppers. Now, you don't have to agree on everything, but the thing is they can kind of help you. If these people have been prepping for a number of years, they have learned through trial and error about rotation of foods and what should be put up, what don't need to be put up, what needs to be in your backpack. What is important, what's really not important, and everything. One of my friends was talking about mall ninjas. They like I say, he made a good point. Coach still made a good point. Flashlight's not really that important. The battery will go dead eventually. You don't have to have a solar charger and all that. But there's a lot of them that chooses to have all that. And that's something though that be nice to have, but I don't have to have it if I don't. And he also told me, my foods. I'm concerned about food, and I am because I'm thinking, more past the 3 days out. And he's got a point about the honey, and he's got a point about the peanut butter and the other that is heavy. And actually, the oats will be fine because my son, he lives out of a backpack and he lives off of oats pretty much. And that's what he puts in his backpack is just big bags of oats, and that's what he will live off of for 2 or 3 days at a time. And the oats is more than enough for me to survive on. I have a lot of extra knives, I admit that, but also I think I do it more for a security thing because I need to feel a little bit safe, I guess you could say that. Maybe that's why I do it. And so learning from other preppers, things like I do have a lot of backpack. I am going to swap things out, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of the other stuff that I had listed there. I just really want to get an idea on what I still needed because I knew I needed the pads. I knew I needed a lot of things, and my budget don't allow for it right now. But down the road, I hope to get it. So you've got to learn. You've got to ask. You need to ask other preppers what they do. If they've been doing it for a long period of time, because newbies like me, and I just started out, when I moved up here in December 2012, I started saving water. That was my start. I hadn't really got into the prepping scene yet. I still had a lot to learn. My son had come and visited me. We was doing a lot of talking about what I wanted to do and achieve. I talked about wanting to do my YouTube site and get more into back to basics in nature and get more into this stuff here. So when I set my YouTube videos up in May, that was the real big start for me to start doing more prepping and being prepared and learning how to survive off the land. Now, like I said, even those as veterans are still learning something new every day, and only a fool has a closed mind. Now, there's those out there. I really, that you got your militants and you got some of the others that they may be what you want, they may not. But ask, learn from other preppers in order to learn, and don't be offended if they just tell you flat out that it stinks, because you've got to learn. I've got to learn in order to survive. So I needed to learn what I needed to put in my backpack, or I didn't need to put in my backpack. Everything I just put in Ziploc bags for now because I knew I would have to downsize it. But I needed to know what I needed to downsize. I needed to know what I needed or didn't need. I needed to have an input about it because I don't have it. I don't really have it. And as a newbie, I'm learning. I'm learning more about how to do this stuff and how to prepare myself on these things. So it's important to ask other preppers about ideas and things, what they do, what they've done, what mistakes they made, how they've changed some things. Preppers that's on a budget, what they do to prepare themselves without spending an arm and a leg, what they feel is important or what they feel is not important. All preppers are going to have different points of views. It's something to think about. It's something to ask about. You can get a lot of ideas off of watching the Doomsday Prepper show. I don't agree with everything on that. They make them, a lot of them look stupid, and they're not really stupid people. They make them look stupid. Unfortunately, a lot of them was very secretive on a lot of stuff they was doing, and then they went out public about it. and I say they had some serious repercussions on it, and that happened. So, ask questions. Ask other preppers in order to learn. I've learned a lot just by asking Coach Steele to evaluate me, because I knew I had a lot of things I had to correct on it, but I needed someone to talk to me. I needed that input to be able to decide what I needed and didn't need. I needed the idea. So don't be afraid to ask out there. Say, hey, help me on this prepping thing here. I need an idea on this. Good inputs, whether good or bad, gives you an idea, tells you what you need or you don't need to do to make it. Can't go wrong on it. Ask other preppers, in the groups, on the postings and things. Ask them about what you think, what they think needs to be done. Do a video on what you've got, like I did, and put it out there and say, hey, rate me. I need to know what I'm doing wrong here so I can correct that mistake. I need to know this. I need to know to correct this so I can do better than what I'm doing. Not everybody's going to agree with everything, but ask other preppers. Check it out. Ask them. Post it. Say, here, rate me. Tell me what I need. Tell me what I don't need. Help me on this and learn from it. Like I say, only fools have closed minds, and I'm always learning. That's why I said Coach Steele personally rate me so I know what I'm doing wrong. He told me a whole lot of stuff, things I really hadn't thought about. There's a couple other preppers. I emailed them and asked them about their type of backpatch or women, so they can give me more of an idea on what I need to work on. Because you know what? It's always learning. It's always learning. Never stop learning. So this is Live Prepper, World Joan. Remember, ask other preppers. Put your video on. Ask them to rate it. Talk to them. Learn from others, because that's the only way you're going to do it. If you're able to join some groups or stuff or go somewhere, you could ask them to help you, show you some things or whatever. Do what you got, because you know what? If you don't ask for help, you're not going to know. So this is Live Prepper, World of Joan. Be safe. Be happy.